But there will be a capacity limit and a curfew. So joining us with reaction this morning, ahead of this big day, Scott Ellis, Executive Director of the Michigan Licensed Beverage Association. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, Scott, let's talk a little bit about this. Do you think that the businesses will benefit from the current restrictions that are in place with the 25% and the curfew?
Well, I think it depends on everybody's business model, and I think that's what our members are looking at, what works for them. This is not ideal. 25% does not pay the bills, even the ones that are opening at this 25%. It will not cover their bills. This will just get people back employed, back working, and get people out of their house to get back out and socialize. So it's a good day. We're happy. We're excited to be open, but at the same time, we have to move and push forward to be able to open more and continue to remove that curfew or increase it at least.
Talk a little bit about the behind the scenes from your perspective. You know, what you guys are doing, what you're hearing from these business owners, and really as you move forward, like conversations, you know, that you're having, you know, with the governor's office, the information that they're providing you, and really, you know, how that process works and what you're working towards.
So we talk to the governor's office daily. I'll have a call a little later on to kind of start this week off to see where we're at. And every day we're on that call, or I'm on that call. We're pushing for what can we do next. We're going to continue to push to do this safely and get everybody open. Again, we want to make sure we're safe and patrons are safe. And our industry is one of the cleanliest. They're the most regulated, so they're ready to do it. And so I explain that and express that every time we're on the call. The curfew, we feel, especially with Super Bowl coming up, that sometimes people don't even go out to eat until later. So we're really trying to push that curfew back at least a couple hours. So we're going to continue to have conversations with the administration and Department of Health and Human Services to show that we can do this safely. We're working on, they have a program that's a voluntary program for restaurants and bars that we'll know more about later this week. They'll have some training on it, on what restaurants and bars can do ventilation wise. And so we're having input on a daily basis explaining what we can do and what we have done to get back open and do it safely.
Scott, why do you feel there's such a disparity between the restaurants and bars and any other place, like, you know, bowling alleys? You got all these other things that are, grocery stores are open, but yet they still hold back on restaurants and bars. What is it?
So when I say when we talk to the administration every day, it doesn't mean we agree. So we do talk every day, or quite a bit, and we express that their concern is the fact that masks have to be off for a certain period of time, and that's when they're concerned about the exposure. Where in bowling and other things, you can leave that mask on. So we're you know, there's no exact studies that show 100% that having that mask off and being is the restaurants are the problem. In fact, we know prior to the last shutdown, we were the highest I think we've been was 7% of cases. But unfortunately, we're battling that discussion and have that discussion on a regular basis. And there's a new Department of Health and Human Services director, and we're looking forward to more of an open communication with that and having plans to reopen and continue this reopening, but monitoring the numbers and keeping people safe, because our number one thing for not only for our owners are their servers. They want to make sure they're safe as well, because they are frontline workers, and we hope also that we can maybe get them increased and higher up in the vaccination process as well.
Well, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, and make sure you go out and visit to the restaurants and bars.
There you go.